Welcome back to Byte-Sized Tech, where we blend those casual conversations with, insightful discussions on the latest in technology and gadgets.
We try to make tech accessible, but also, keep it entertaining for those who really follow this stuff.
Like you guys. You've been reading some pretty fascinating stuff, right? Apple's global moves, the roller coaster that is the chip market, the EV explosion, even how immigrants are shaping the startup scene.
And we are here to break it all down.
Dive right in.
Let's. First up, Apple. Playing both sides, wouldn't you say? Dropping a cool billion in Indonesia, but simultaneously wrestling with the EU.
Yeah, that caught my eye too. Like, what's the strategy? Having their cake and eating it too.
Well, kind of, yeah. Indonesia's a huge market, right? And that investment is all about smoothing their entry. AirTag production, specifically, 20%. Can you believe that? 20% of all AirTags are being made in Indonesia.
Wow.
And this is interesting because, well, Apple's releasing a new AirTag in 2024, an improved one. So it hints at a bigger, longer-term strategy for the region,
Smart. But while they're playing nice in Indonesia, they're, clashing with the EU. What's the deal there?
EU wants Apple to open up that famously closed ecosystem of theirs.
Right.
They're arguing that forcing Apple to, let's say, make AirDrop and AirPlay work with non-Apple devices, well, it would mean more competition, right? Ultimately, better products, they say.
So like being able to share files with a friend who has, say, an Android.
Exactly.
Seamless.
Okay, I get it. But Apple's always been very protective, haven't they? They argue it's about maintaining their, high standards for privacy and security. They even bring up Meta as like a cautionary tale.
They do, saying opening up could lead to those data privacy issues, just like, Meta...
Classic battle, openness versus control.
Exactly.
Okay.
Apple says, hey, a closed ecosystem lets us control the experience, so we ensure security and privacy. But the EU's argument, opening up would benefit consumers and spark innovation. Third-party developers could build on Apple's tech. Big question then. Could complying with EU regulations force Apple to change, their iPhone experience globally?
It's possible. Apple, I'd say, would prefer to keep things consistent across all markets. So yeah, if they're forced to open up in Europe, might see similar changes worldwide.
Huge.
Yeah.
See how that plays out. Okay, switching gears. Chips. Micron's stock took a dip. Should we be worried?
Volatility is normal in the chip market, but honestly, this might be a buying opportunity. Remember the whole AI gold rush? Micron's in a great position to capitalize on it.
Everyone needs chips for AI.
Right. But Micron, they specialize in, high bandwidth memory. Crucial for all that data processing that AI training requires. They're also investing in new memory tech specifically designed for AI. Big advantage.
Not just selling shovels, selling the best shovels.
Yeah.
Made for this gold rush.
Precisely. Of course, there's always risk. Once the initial AI infrastructure building wave slows down, could be a spending pause as companies shift to, utilizing what they built. Might impact Micron's growth, but only in the short term.
A pause, not a crash.
Right. Now, how about we electrify things a bit?
Oh, you mean the EV revolution? That stat, 1 in 5 cars sold globally in 2024 will be electric or hybrid. Crazy. It wasn't that long ago we were wondering if EVs would even, catch on.
Remarkable shift. And it's real, not hype. This is how we get around. Changing fundamentally. Driven by, consumer demand, sure, but also government policies. California, for example, is pushing hard. Zero-emission mandates, incentives for buyers.
The future's electric. Get on board.
Basically. Speaking of the future, Tesla. Stock's up 76% this year, despite, flat sales. How do you explain that?
Defying gravity.
Investor confidence. They see the potential.
Yeah.
There's that rumored $30,000 Model Q. Open up a whole new market.
High Tesla for the masses.
Right. But what's really driving this is it's Musk's vision, not just cars. He's building like a whole ecosystem. Self-driving, electric, integrated.
Aiming for world domination.
He's thinking big, let's say that.
Right.
Which brings us to, Tesla's not just cars anymore. They're becoming an energy company.
Right. 75% growth in their energy division.
Synergy. More electric cars, more demand for their home solutions like solar, Powerwall batteries. Imagine. Your Tesla gets you around and powers your house.
Their own little ecosystem inside the bigger EV one.
Exactly. That's the potential investors are excited about. It's sustainability, interconnected energy future. But hey, Tesla's not alone, right?
Right. The market is getting crowded. Established players like GM, Ford are jumping in, plus all these new startups.
The competition is heating up, which is great for us, the consumers. More choice, more innovation, more affordable EVs for everyone, hopefully.
It's an exciting time, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, last but not least, a topic close to my heart. Immigrants in tech.
An often overlooked story, but so crucial. Immigrants have always been at the forefront of innovation here, and their impact, it's only growing.
Over half of the billion-dollar startups in the U.S. founded by immigrants.
How? What's the secret? No single secret, but some common threads. They bring this unique mix of skills and experiences. Different cultures, language barriers, new environments. It creates resilience, resourcefulness, a global mindset, all essential for the fast-paced tech world.
Pre-wired for the challenges of entrepreneurship.
Right. They're used to operating outside their comfort zone. Risks, challenges. Take Zoom, for example, founded by an immigrant from China. Essential tool during the pandemic, it shows the impact they have.
And it's not just about, like, individual grit, right? It's their perspective, cultural diversity.
Exactly. They see things differently, leading to new solutions, bridging divides, spotting opportunities. And this isn't just Silicon Valley. It's nationwide, across all industries.
National strength, not just regional. America's diversity, its greatest asset.
Absolutely. Inclusion, the contributions they make. But looks like we're out of time for this segment of the Deep Dive.
Don't worry, we'll be back soon to continue our journey. Stay tuned.
Until then, keep exploring, keep learning, keep those tech dreams alive.
And if you're enjoying this deep dive, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Byte-Sized Tech for more insightful and entertaining discussions about tech.
We'll see you soon. Welcome back to Byte-Sized Tech.
Picking up where we left off, those amazing immigrant entrepreneurs.
It's inspiring, right? Driving innovation everywhere.
And it's not just the big names. So many unsung heroes, you know, in every corner of tech.
Absolutely. Think about it. Food delivery apps, those fintech solutions, changing finance, even like cutting-edge medical tech. So many of them, roots in the ingenuity of immigrant founders.
It's like a ripple effect. Not just about, you know, successful businesses. It's jobs, economic growth, enriching our lives in so many ways.
And don't forget the culture. They bring these fresh perspectives, challenging the status quo, pushing those boundaries. That's how we get groundbreaking advancement.
Diversity, it's not just a word, right? It's key for progress, for real innovation.
Couldn't agree more. Now, changing gears a bit, AI. Exhilarating, but also a bit unsettling, wouldn't you say?
AI, it is everywhere. Chatbots, self-driving cars, those algorithms that seem to know us better than we know ourselves.
Transformative, truly. Revolutionizing so many aspects of our lives. But yeah, there are those big questions, right? Ethical, societal, we need to face them.
Jobs, for one. Will robots take over everything?
A valid concern. AI will automate things, sure, even whole job categories. But it'll also create new opportunities, things we can't even imagine yet.
Not a zero-sum game, then.
Exactly. We need to adapt, evolve alongside tech, develop those skills that, well, complement AI. Creativity, critical thinking, problem solving.
Things robots can't do, hopefully.
Right. Embrace the human element, what makes us unique, which leads to another crucial thing, ethics.
Glad you brought that up. Feels like we're still figuring out the rules for AI. How do we ensure, you know, it's used for good, not to, like, perpetuate biases or create new problems?
The big conversation we need to have as a society, clear guidelines for development deployment, responsible AI, transparent.
Transparency, that's key. How are these algorithms making decisions? What data are they trained on?
Right, and the bias too. If the data's biased, the AI will just amplify that in its decision-making.
Which could have, well, serious consequences.
Yeah.
Healthcare, criminal justice, hiring.
It's a tool, technology. Like any tool, it can be used for good or for bad. We have to guide it, make sure it aligns with, you know, our values.
Fairness, equality, human dignity.
Exactly. And it takes all of us working together. Tech experts, ethicists, policymakers, everyone.
Shaping the future of AI together. Okay, before we wrap up, I want to go back to something you said earlier. That balance between openness and control.
Right. That tension, always there in different ways. Apple's closed system, data privacy debates.
Open platforms, they foster innovation, competition. But we also need, you know, safeguards for privacy, for security, against misuse.
A tricky balance, for sure. No easy answers. We need to be vigilant, adaptable as tech changes.
Like a game of whack-a-mole, almost. One problem solved, another one pops up.
It can feel that way, but that's innovation. Messy, iterative, we got to keep pushing for a future where tech serves humanity and not the other way around.
Well said. Time to wrap up this part of the deep dive. Stay tuned for the final part, folks. More fascinating trends to explore.
And in the meantime, keep exploring on your own. Keep learning. There's always something new in tech, that's for sure.
And we're back for the final part of our deep dive.
Exploring the future of tech. Buckle up.
It's been, well, quite a ride, hasn't it? Apple's global maneuvering, EVs taking over, the ever-present AI.
And we've only just scratched the surface. That's what makes it so fascinating, right? Always evolving, always new possibilities.
Before we go, I wanted to touch on something you said. Technology as a tool. We decide how to use it.
Right. We're not like passive bystanders in all this. We have choices and a responsibility to shape tech for good.
It's easy to get caught up in the hype, the new gadgets.
Yeah.
But we got to step back sometimes. Ask ourselves, what kind of world are we building with all this?
Exactly. Equitable, sustainable, connecting people, or, well, making those inequalities worse.
Tough questions, but important ones.
And it's not just the tech itself, right? It's the values we build into it. Privacy, security, are we designing fair systems? Transparent ones?
Key considerations. We need to move beyond just, wow, look what it can do. Think critically about the impact.
Yeah.
On society, our lives, the future.
From can we do this to should we? And if so, how? Ethically, responsibly, for everyone's benefit.
A call to action for everyone, not just like the tech geniuses.
We all have a stake in this. We all have a voice. Use it. Shake the future.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Well, folks, this has been a fascinating deep dive. Thank you for joining us.
Always a pleasure. Keep those tech dreams alive, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks for tuning in to Byte-Sized Tech. If you enjoyed the episode, like, comment, share, and subscribe for more fun tech discussions.